When Franz Kafka died in 1924, his unsettling stories about alienation and bureaucracy attracted little notice. But after the horrors of World War II, readers returned to his work with new eyes. Suddenly Kafka's tales seemed prophetic, capturing the terror of faceless authority and the fragility of the individual. The same words, but in a new context, transformed Kafka from an obscure writer into one of the defining voices of the modern age. Welcome to ToK Today. I'm Daniel and you're watching part 1 of our 3-part series on ToK Essay for May 26. Can we only understand something to the extent that we understand its context? Now, in this video, we'll look at approaches to this prompt. In the second video, we'll look at knowledge claims. And in the third video, we'll look at some evaluation points that could be developed for this prompt. Essay for May 26 gives you the freedom to choose to discuss any 2 AOKs. So I've chosen AOK History and AOK Natural Sciences, and I've chosen these because they give us a good contrast in the role of context in understanding. However, you should choose the AOKs that you're most interested in and for which you can develop good knowledge arguments. The claims and knowledge arguments that I develop in these videos can be adapted for any AOK. So let's jump into AOK History. In history, context is often seen as essential for understanding. A source, event, or artifact can only be fully interpreted if we know the circumstances around it, who produced it, why, and for whom. Without context, our understanding can be shallow or misleading. For example, a wartime speech might look like simple propaganda, but when placed in its political and cultural setting, it may reveal deeper insights into national identity or morale. Yet some argue that historical knowledge can still be meaningful even when context is incomplete. After all, historians often have to work with fragmentary evidence. And if you want more detailed explanations of how this argument can be developed, then watch this message. Hi, are you thinking, I'll just pop the ToK essay question into an AI platform like ChatGPT, I'll get it to write the main bits of the essay, and then I'll tweak it a bit, and they'll never find out. Well, if that's what you are thinking, that's a very bad decision, my friend. So, why is it such a bad decision to use AI rather than HI? That's human intelligence, my friend. Well, first of all, there's much better help that you can get for your ToK essay than AI, and this better help is completely legal and academically honest and so on and so on. Secondly, we know that AI can give you a lot of answers, possibly too many answers. How do you know what the best answer for your ToK essay is when AI can just keep giving you more and more answers? And some of those AI answers are wrong. So in this new AI world, selectivity is the new exclusivity. Thirdly, everybody writing a ToK essay this year has access to AI. Now, you don't know whether the answers that AI gives to you are just the same as the answers that everybody else's AI is giving to them. Relying on AI too much can result in a lack of originality, or even worse, submitting the same content as someone else. And we know what would happen then. So finally, and most importantly, by using AI, you risk wasting all those amazing years of your lovely IB education, because you could fall foul of IB's AI detection tools, and consequently, some not very good stuff would happen. So what is better than AI help? Well, HI help, that's human intelligence, my friend, and you can get that in the ToK Today student guidance notes from ToK Today. Written by an experienced ToK human, the notes are like a mini textbook for this essay. They're crammed with many explanations and examples of knowledge arguments and real-world examples and evaluation points, all of which you can use as models to develop for your own essay. So you can write your own excellent ToK essay, something that you can be proud of and will demonstrate what an audacious and academically honest individual you are. Thank you. Now let's get back to the ToK essay. Now in the natural sciences, the role of context looks a little different. Scientific laws and principles are often seen to be universal. That means that they're supposed to be context-free. For example, Newton's law of gravity applies whether or not you know the history of how it was discovered. This suggests understanding doesn't always depend on context. Yet at the same time, applying scientific knowledge often does require contextual awareness. For example, high-altitude physiology only makes sense when considered in its environmental context. So in the sciences, context may not determine the truth of knowledge, but it can determine how far we understand its application. So even from this starting point, this overview, we can see contrasts in history. Context often looks indispensable, whilst in the natural sciences it seems less central. Now, in the next video, we'll dig into specific knowledge claims and examples, and I hope to see you on that video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and share and subscribe, and pick up the full ToK Today notes for detailed help.